Welcome to Hollywood 1960s TV, where the golden age of television still feels like home. Before Mayberry became one of America's most comforting places, before a sheriff, his son, a nervous deputy, and a town full of familiar faces entered living rooms across the country, there were actors who turned simplicity into something timeless. More than 6 decades later, many of them have taken their final bow, but the warmth they left behind still lingers. Tonight, we return to the Andy Griffith Show and remember the cast who made Mayberry unforgettable. Andy Taylor is kindness wearing a badge, a sheriff whose greatest strength was never the gun at his side, but the patience, humor, and wisdom he brought to every soul in Mayberry. Played by Andy Griffith, born in 1926 in Mount Airy, North Carolina, Andy became the gentle heart of the Andy Griffith Show when it premiered in 1960. Griffith was 34 at the time, and he gave the role a rare kind of authority, calm, fatherly, and deeply human. Whether guiding Opie through a lesson, steadying Barney through panic, or solving trouble with common sense, Andy made goodness feel strong instead of soft. After Mayberry, Griffith found another beloved chapter as Matlock, proving his quiet screen power could last for generations. He passed away in 2012 at 86. His Andy Taylor remains a portrait of decency, steady, warm, and forever seated on the front porch of television memory. Aunt B. Taylor is the warmth waiting at home, the kitchen light, the careful meal, and the loving voice that made the Taylor house feel complete. Played by Frances Bavier, born in 1902 in New York City, Aunt B became one of Mayberry's most comforting figures when the Andy Griffith Show began in 1960. Mayberry was 58 at the time, and she gave the role tenderness, pride, fussiness, and quiet strength. Aunt B was not only there to cook or care for Opie, she helped give the show its family soul. Her love could be gentle, but it could also be stubborn, because Mayberry's values lived in her daily acts of care. Bavier had a long career across stage, film, and television, yet Aunt B became her lasting screen legacy. She passed away in 1989 at 86. Her Aunt B remains a symbol of home, ordinary, loving, and deeply comforting. Barney Fife is insecurity turned into comic genius, a deputy who wanted to be fearless, even when his trembling voice told the whole town otherwise. Played by Don Knotts, born in 1924 in Morgantown, West Virginia, Barney became one of television's most beloved comic characters. Knotts was 36 when the Andy Griffith Show premiered in 1960, and he gave Barney a rhythm no one else could imitate. Wide eyes, stiff posture, sudden panic, and desperate pride. But Barney endured because he was never just foolish. Beneath every mistake was loyalty, sincerity, and a deep wish to matter. His friendship with Andy created one of classic television's greatest partnerships, balancing chaos with patience and comedy with heart. Knotts won 5 Emmy Awards for the role, and later continued entertaining audiences in films and sitcoms. He passed away in 2006, at 81. His Barney Fife remains hilarious, fragile, and strangely heroic. Goober Pyle is silliness with a good heart, a garage man whose goofy grin and country innocence kept Mayberry light, familiar, and full of laughter. Played by George Lindsey, born in 1928 in Fairfield, Alabama, Goober joined the Andy Griffith Show in 1964. Lindsey was 35 when he first appeared, and he brought the character broad humor without losing warmth. Goober could be clueless, odd, and wonderfully ridiculous, yet he always felt harmless because kindness sat beneath the comedy. His cap, overalls, and famous impressions made him instantly recognizable, but his real gift was making foolishness feel affectionate rather than empty. Lindsey later carried Goober into Mayberry RFD and became a familiar presence on Hee Haw, keeping his country comic spirit alive for decades. He passed away in 2012 at 83. His goober remains a cheerful piece of Mayberry, funny, loyal, and impossible not to smile at. Floyd Lawson is Mayberry's gentle eccentricity in a barber chair, a soft-spoken man whose shop became one of the town's most beloved places to gather. Played by Howard McNear, born in 1905 in Los Angeles, California, Floyd joined the Andy Griffith Show in 1961. McNear was 56 when he first appeared, and he gave Floyd a wandering, delicate comic rhythm that made ordinary conversations feel memorable. Floyd could be confused, slow to react, and wonderfully odd, but never cruel or sharp. His barbershop offered gossip, friendship, and the quiet music of small-town life. After suffering a stroke during the series, McNear returned with limited mobility, often performing seated, and that knowledge gives his later scenes an added tenderness. He had also been a respected radio actor before television. He passed away in 1969, at 63. His Floyd remains one of Mayberry's sweetest voices, funny, fragile, and unforgettable. Helen Crump is love with intelligence and self-respect, a schoolteacher who brought grace, independence, and a modern spirit into Andy Taylor's world. Played by Aneta Corsaut, born in 1933 in Hutchinson, Kansas, Helen joined the Andy Griffith Show in 1963. Corsaut was 29 when she first appeared, and she gave Helen warmth without making her passive. As Opie's teacher and Andy's love interest, Helen could be thoughtful, affectionate, and firm enough to challenge Andy when he needed it. Her romance with him grew through small misunderstandings, honest conversations, and the kind of ordinary tenderness that suited Mayberry perfectly. Corsaut made Helen feel like a real partner, not just a decoration for the sheriff's story. Beyond Mayberry, she appeared in film and television, including The Blob and later Matlock. She passed away in 1995, at 62. Her Helen remains steady, graceful, and quietly strong. Howard Sprague is awkwardness with a tender soul, a careful, polite county clerk who wanted life to be a little grander than his routine allowed. Played by Jack Dodson, born in 1931 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Howard joined the Andy Griffith Show in 1966. Dodson was 35 when he first appeared, and he gave Howard a different kind of comedy from Barney's Panic. Howard's humor came from hesitation, politeness, and the sincere hope that he might become more interesting than he believed himself to be. He was neat, nervous, and often hilariously out of step with his own ambitions, yet Dodson never mocked him. He made Howard sympathetic, a man whose small dreams felt recognizable and human. Dodson continued the role into Mayberry RFD and worked across theater and television. He passed away in 1994, at 63. His Howard remains gentle, funny, and beautifully uncomfortable in his own skin. Otis Campbell is imperfection, welcomed with a smile, a flawed man whom Mayberry treated not with cruelty, but with familiarity, humor, and strange affection. Played by Hal Smith, born in 1916 in Petoskey, Michigan, Otis became one of the Andy Griffith Show's most unusual comic figures. Smith was 44 when the series premiered in 1960, and he played Otis with innocence rather than ugliness. The joke was simple and unforgettable. After drinking too much, Otis would let himself into the jail, sleep safely, and leave when ready. Yet beneath the routine was a gentle reminder of Mayberry's softness. The town knew his weakness, but it also knew his humanity. Smith had a long career in television, radio, and voice acting, later becoming known as the voice of Owl in Disney's Winnie the Pooh stories. He passed away in 1994, at 77. His Otis remains funny, flawed, and deeply human. Clara Edwards is neighborhood fussiness with affection underneath, the kind of woman who knows everyone's business because, in her own way, she cares. Played by Hope Summers, born in 1902 in Mattoon, Illinois, Clara joined the Andy Griffith Show in 1961. Summers was 59 when she first appeared, and she gave Clara a sharp but familiar small-town energy. Clara could be nosy, competitive, and occasionally stubborn, especially around Aunt Bee, but she never felt mean. She helped Mayberry feel like a real community, full of church events, club meetings, gossip, recipes, rivalries, and friendships that had lasted for years. Summers had the gift of making a supporting role feel like someone who had lived in town long before the audience arrived. She worked steadily in film and television, often bringing warmth and comic fussiness to small roles. She passed away in 1979, at 77. Her Clara remains meddlesome, affectionate, and wonderfully Mayberry. Thelma Lou is patience wrapped in sweetness, the woman who saw through Barney Fife's panic, pride, and exaggeration to the tender heart underneath. Played by Betty Lynn, born in 1926 in Kansas City, Missouri, Thelma Lou first appeared on The Andy Griffith Show in 1961. Lynn was 34 at the time, and she gave the role a sincerity that made Barney's romantic world feel warm and believable. Thelma Lou was never just a girlfriend waiting in the background. She had quiet humor, emotional steadiness, and the ability to ground Barney with a glance when his confidence ran too far ahead of reality. Their relationship became one of Mayberry's most cherished comic romances because it felt imperfect, gentle, and human. Lynn remained beloved by fans and later became closely connected to Mount Airy, North Carolina, the town that inspired Mayberry. She passed away in 2021 at 95. Her Thelma Lou remains loyal, sweet, and unforgettable. Gomer Pyle is innocence with a song in its heart, a gentle gas station attendant whose wonder made Mayberry feel even warmer. Played by Jim Nabors, born in 1930 in Sylacauga, Alabama, Gomer first appeared on The Andy Griffith Show in 1962. Nabors was 31 when he joined, and he gave Gomer a sincerity that turned simple catchphrases into television history. His wide-eyed golly and Shazam were funny, but the reason audiences loved him was deeper. Gomer believed people, trusted easily, and carried a decency so open that it made cynicism feel out of place. His popularity led to the hit spin-off, Gomer Pyle, USMC, where his innocence met military discipline with unforgettable comic results. Beyond acting, Nabors surprised audiences with a rich baritone singing voice and a successful music career. He passed away in 2017 at 87. His Gomer remains joyful, sincere, and completely full of heart. Big Maud is Mayberry comedy turned wild and dangerous, a bold escaped convict who brought a rare burst of chaos into the town's gentle rhythm. Played by Retta Shaw, born in 1912 in South Paris, Maine, Big Maud appeared in the memorable 1962 episode Convicts at Large. Shaw was 50 at the time, and she made Maud intimidating, bossy, and hilarious all at once. Her scenes work because she crashes into Mayberry's softness like a thunderstorm, especially when Barney and Floyd find themselves trapped in her orbit. Shaw's timing was fearless, playing menace with such commitment that the comedy became even sharper. She was a familiar character actress across film, television, and stage, known for strong, no-nonsense women in projects such as Mary Poppins and The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. She passed away in 1982 at 69. Her Big Maud remains unforgettable, loud, commanding, and larger than life. Ellie Walker is modern kindness in a small-town pharmacy, a young woman with intelligence, confidence, and the courage to speak her mind. Played by Eleanor Donahue, born in 1937 in Tacoma, Washington, Ellie was part of The Andy Griffith Show's first season in 1960. Donahue was 23 at the time, and she brought a fresh brightness to Mayberry as the town pharmacist and one of Andy's early love interests. Ellie worked because she was gentle, without being submissive, educated without being distant, and fully capable of standing beside Andy as an equal. Though her time on the show was brief, she left a lasting impression. Before Mayberry, Donahue was already beloved as Betty Anderson on Father Knows Best, and she later continued a long television career across many classic series. In 2026, Eleanor Donahue is 89. Her Ellie remains graceful, independent, and quietly ahead of her time. Judd Fletcher is old age with a twinkle, a Mayberry elder whose small appearances helped make the town feel older, deeper, and truly lived in. Played by Burt Mustin, born in 1884 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Judd appeared when the Andy Griffith Show began in 1960. Mustin was 76 at the time, and he brought a natural charm that made him seem like he had been sitting on Mayberry porches for decades. His performance mattered, because towns are not made only of main characters. They are made of elders, neighbors, and familiar faces who carry memory in every line. Mustin's career was remarkable because he became a screen actor late in life, then turned into one of television's most recognizable older performers. He appeared in many classics, always bringing wit and warmth. He passed away in 1977, at 92. His Judd remains lively, humorous, and full of quiet history. Annabelle Silby is the past, returning with a smile, a surprise, and just enough confusion to turn Mayberry's calm into comedy. Played by Lorene Tuttle. Born in 1907 in Pleasant Lake, Indiana, Annabelle appeared in the show's early years and brought with her the charm of a seasoned performer. Tuttle was 53 when the Andy Griffith Show premiered in 1960, and she had the kind of voice, timing, and warmth that made even a guest role feel memorable. Annabelle's story works because Mayberry often found humor in ordinary human complications, old relationships, mistaken assumptions, and emotions that never disappeared as neatly as people expected. Before television, Tuttle was already a major radio actress, admired for her versatility and emotional precision. She later worked widely in film and television, carrying that old-school craft into every role. She passed away in 1986, at 78. Her Annabelle remains funny, touching, and unmistakably human. Opie Taylor is childhood before the world grows complicated, a boy learning honesty, courage, friendship, and love beneath the watchful guidance of his father. Played by Ron Howard, born in 1954 in Duncan, Oklahoma, Opie gave the Andy Griffith Show its purest innocence. Howard was only 6 when the series premiered in 1960, yet his performance felt remarkably natural, never forced or polished beyond belief. Through Opie's questions, mistakes, and tender moments with Andy, the show explored the values that made Mayberry feel so lasting: fairness, compassion, responsibility, and family. That early role became the beginning of one of Hollywood's most remarkable careers. Howard later starred in Happy Days, before becoming an acclaimed director and producer, behind some of modern cinema's most respected films. In 2026, Ron Howard is 72. His Opie remains beloved because Howard captured childhood with honesty, curiosity, and a heart wide open. And that is why Mayberry still feels like home. The Andy Griffith Show was never only about jokes, badges, or small-town stories. It was about kindness, patience, family, and the gentle belief that people could still look after one another. Many of these beloved stars have taken their final bow, while a few still remain with us in 2026, carrying living memories of television's golden age. If this journey through Mayberry touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and stay with Hollywood 1960s TV, where classic television legends live on.